Good day, guys. I hope we are all good. I hope we're good. I hope we're having a good week. So, top of the morning, we just shared one quick signal, one runner, a sell on C1000. We shared it when price was on 64, was on 6040, 6040. So we're currently in about 20 pips of profit from where we entered. So I'm just going to quickly explain this setup. Let's see. All right. So we've been having the sell buyers for a couple of days now. You can see about 3 to 4 days we've been bearish. So we're looking. Okay, okay. There was something playing on the background here. So okay, so if you take a look at yesterday or the day before yesterday when we had our session, we had a supply zone here where we thought price would get into. But if you notice, they accelerated away from that zone without actually coming into our area. So we sort of missed a good sell. I'm sure others caught it. So coming in today, we're just looking at a continuation pattern because we've noticed we've got momentum, right? We've got momentum to the downside. So we're just having that sell bias. Even yesterday was a sell. I'll show you the pattern just now. But anyways, looking at today, where is price reacting? We've got an M pattern. That's the first confluence. The second confluence is we are reacting off a zone. We've slightly taken liquidity above these highs here, right? So we have an order block here. It's been broken. Usually price breaks and retests. So this zone is still hot for a possible retest, which we can get. So the same pattern I wanted to explain was this one here. Price ended up extending the high, coming back into a zone which I had here. Then they broke the order block. So you can see the similarities in the patterns, right? We have your order block before the last high was created. Basically, you wait for a break. That's a safe sell here. You can still sell here. Price can retrace into this area, and you should bear in mind they can still come and challenge this high again. So when you enter here, you should just calculate the possible stop loss of covering the top part thing. So same applies here, same pattern. This is the high of the day. The high has been this first high was extended, right? Taking our liquidity above this area. So these are confluences building up. I'm sure it also aligns with the zone. Let's quickly check it. Okay, almost straight. You can see price also tapped into this zone here. So this is a zone which has been broken, right? And retested. First time, second time, third time, gave us a nice doji. Confluences are lining up now. We've got liquidity being taken, the high of the day being extended. We've got a doji. Everything is lining up, and we are respecting the 50 EMA. We've got an M pattern, and we had a nice shift candle soon as the doji painted. So a safe sell is always below the order block. But if you see the pattern forming and you are confident about the confluences, there is nothing wrong with selling here as soon as that candle closes. That way, when the price shifts, you already be in the trade. So now I'm looking at this level here, which was yesterday's lows. So price can potentially retrace to that area. They can potentially retrace again to the order block. They can even challenge these highs again or even go as high as the 200 EMA. This is because synthetic indices are very volatile. Whatever you think could possibly happen with the trade can actually happen. So, but now we are confident with this, which we have. The initial targets, I'm looking forward for price to take out today's lows, potentially retest that area again. So those are all areas of confluence. But once we get here, I'm looking to either close this position and wait for a retracement or just manage the trade accordingly. So that's how we are looking at C1000 today. C300 has been pushing up. Looking at H4, we've been bullish. I was waiting for it. If you noticed yesterday, I came and I was just looking at this zone because price was somewhere here, I think. So they extended the high, a nice doji, a break, retest, and a drop to this area, but they didn't come below it to show continuation to the downside. So as you can see, we've been bullish. So where can price be coming to? We've got this order block here. We also have a zone here which was broken. I don't think it was retested. We'll cross check it just now. That's where price is. We've got the 200 EMA in the same area. So let's just be ready for a possible sell. But again, a safe sell will only happen if this zone holds and we break this order block. Then we get something like this. But for now, we are steady flowing bullish. So we don't want to sell yet. Dropping, let's just check the daily. Daily, I think we're coming to interact with the 13 EMA definitely there. So I want to have this high here. That high there is actually, which high is it? I think it's this one. Let's confirm. Okay, there's this extended line, which is our high. So the high I'm referring to is this one, right on the 13 EMA. And this will just be a stop hunt zone right here. This is a stop hunt zone. So let's drop again to the smaller time frame. Okay, so a stop hunt or a worst case scenario would be price coming to take out these external highs here. That way price will actually be bullish and will only be selling into retracements, right? Is the price is coming up here. But I believe they can also just come and tap onto this supply zone here. You can see here it wasn't, okay, price came in, but they didn't really come and touch above that ultimate high. So price can potentially come here. Remember, there's also the 13 EMA on the daily chart. So this makes this point a high probability sell area. It could be a retracement sell for a continuation up, or it could be a reversal sell for a continuation down. But either way, if we have a pattern right there, we are going to take the sell. So the price around that area is 36.09. So we can just say when price gets to 3600, that's our point of interest for sells for C300. Now going to C5, I remember yesterday we had this setup, but price really failed to actually follow through. I remember we cut lows somewhere here. And we also mentioned they would potentially respect the zone, of which they did, but again, they failed to come below these lows. So it's been bullish. Let's see what we can potentially have today. So the daily is bullish, as you can see. If we look to the left, I've got a supply zone here, which is where price currently is. So it looks like they actually reacting to that area. But before we sell C500, I think it would be best to have a bearish day. That would be the best. Right now, it looks like it's a strong bullish. So let's just mark this supply zone. Okay, let's just use this area here at the top. But from current market price all the way to the top, it's a daily supply zone. So we want to see what happens here. I'll be happy to see them come slightly up, then give us that retracement back to the 30 EMA if they want to go up. But this will be my point of interest. So for now, no trades on C5. If we get price setting this is the current high, and if we get them coming below the zone, we might get a scalp sell, but just be in mind there might not be such good momentum just like yesterday. Is this setup played? You can see there was no momentum here, so same thing could also happen here. So we might not have momentum, but we'll just see. But if price shows signs of coming with good momentum, again, we can take a sell and target the 200 EMA on the M15 or target this zone here, because it still has to give us like that flip zone type of structure. So they can potentially be coming even down here as well. So just keep an eye on it for that possible play. Okay, C1, we spoke about it. B 500s. They've been selling for the most parts. We had a buy yesterday here. You can see the peak or the block broken. Wasn't retested. Price just pushed all the way up to this H1 supply. Respected it. Continued to retrace up. So my point of interest for me to actually buy. Let me check how the daily closed. Okay, so remember this setup or this explanation we once spoke about here on this structure. Price can potentially be coming down here, right? So we don't want to invest onto any buys yet. So I still feel B 500 is actually bearish. They might be coming to just retest the zone as well. Going to round this up to 4,900. So for now, I want to see how price acts around 4,900. If I get a reaction here, then this could be a continuation to the downside. But if we come back above this area now, I might start considering buys. So as long as we're still here, I don't have anything, and potentially we could be pushing down. But let's see how price handles today's highs before we actually decide on what to do there. B1, I didn't have anything clear yesterday. And today they just started off the day by moving, gave flips on here, a break and a retest, acceleration up. So let's see the daily. Okay, this setup was also explained. If we can get an entry for buys. I remember the other zoom we had when we had these supply zones here. Okay, from here, here, and here, and we mentioned we want to see if price is going to come up, it will break, retest, right? Again, break, retest, and here looks like it's another break. So if we can get a retracement of some sort, even as low as back to this area, I think we can consider a buy. So the demand zone which I see on this particular up move would be this zone here. So if I'm to make it deep gray, that will be my point of interest there. So if we come back to H1, I still want to see price retrace all the way to the morning open price somewhere there. I also want to look at this particular demand zone there. If price respects that area, then we can buy from there. But otherwise, if they respect this area, we can buy from here. But otherwise, if they continue to come down, we can wait for a rejection here, then wait for another pattern to form, then we can consider buys. So that's my current view for B1000. J10, we had sales the day before yesterday. Again, same pattern, peak, order block, a break, retest. Then yesterday, I didn't look at it, so I didn't mark it, but I think the same pattern formed again. So when we're selling, I think it's always good to look for price extending the high. Look for the order blocks, just wait for price to break, retest, take your trade. So this would have been a possible trade or play yesterday. Let's see today. So we've been selling for a few days, and it looks like we'll continue being bearish from my point of view. So where can we potentially sell from? We're looking for supply zones. I see this one, and this supply zone is also falling on the same area is this zone which has been broken here. So this is a high probability point of interest right there. So let's see if price gets to 86,200. From 86,200, once we get a nameable candle on a smaller time frame, then we can execute a sell. So you see it's around this area here. All right, so we're looking for a possible retracement into our point of interest, and potentially watch out for price to come and take out this high just above the top of this area, and watch for price to come and just tap above today's current high right there. So if we can get a reaction right at the tip of the supply zone, we can sell. That's where 86,200 is. If they don't stop here and they continue pushing up, we'll wait for a reaction here and potentially here. But if they do something else, then that will be another setup forming, because now this will be a peak. This will be an order block which has been broken, and price could now actually push up. So those are the two possible scenarios which we're looking at on Jump10. Then going to V250 we've had a bearish view. Let's see what we have on H4. I think I would be bearish on this one, just coming from the daily. Remember, we spoke about price coming as low as 14,690. So we've broken 53,770, pulled back to retest, and seems like we are pushing down now. So depending also with how today's daily candle closes, it will also determine how we're trading it tomorrow. So if we close bearish, then tomorrow we're definitely selling. So let's see where we can potentially enter from. Okay, nothing on H4. Okay, so in H1, I've got this level here, which was broken. 47, 012. Let's see if we round it out to 47,000, what it looks like. Okay, that's still perfect. So 47,000 would be my point of interest for sales, with a stop loss just above this high on H1. Then the TP would definitely be open, or we just target that low on the daily. Let's see if we've got another potential area we can sell from. So from this peak from yesterday, right, you can see that this was the order block. So price came, broke that order block, came back, retested now, and also retested this supply zone, created another peak and another order block, broke it, retested, and another retest would make the setup become high probability. So that's what we're waiting for. If price can retrace anyway into this area with a stop loss above this, then that will be high probability sell as well. So I think that's it for me today. I've explained everything on the watch lists. If there's anything else, I'll still update in the Telegram group. If there's also questions, you guys can just post in the Telegram group as well. Or if there's any suggestions, you can just share. Don't hesitate to give us your feedback. So thank you so much for joining. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Good trading.